Kim knew why he was utilizing the butt plugs. Music, laughter. Kim presumably told all that in her book, You Comprehend That Up, and got missing the day she passed on Diddy's previous guardian quality arrangement, is at long last clearing up everything on reports that Diddy killed his ex Kim Dorman to prevent her from uncovering his dull mysteries. Kim was supposedly composing a detailed storybook before she passed on. And as per Jean, she was intending to dish all the soil on Diddy. Yet that is not all quality likewise uncovered that Kim was unnerved by Diddy, since he genuinely and truly hurt her. All through their relationship, fans are currently saying Kim Watchman's case should be resumed in light of the fact that the authorities' story of how she kicked the bucket has neither rhyme nor reason. Ken wasn't taking it from him, so my entire thing about it is that it was dependably between those two. One more day, one more charge against seen Diddy brushes. Reports about Diddy being associated with the demise of his ex Kim Dorman are the same old thing anyway. This story just took one more upsetting turn after Diddy's previous security quality arrangement spilled the tea on Diddy and Kim's poisonous relationship. To give you some setting, Kimberly Watchman was an entertainer and model who had a hit-or-miss relationship with a Diddy for a very long time. Before she met Diddy, Kim was momentarily hitched to vocalist-musician Al B. Shore, and Al assisted Kim with moving to New York to seek after her displaying vocation. Yet what's amusing, I posted something recently, no doubt discussing my ex, yes. And my ex, no one except for no one knew, on the grounds that we didn't examine being hitched. We didn't talked about it. In 1991, Kim brought forth Al's child Quincy. And however, Al and Kim separated not long after. They kept on supporting one another. And Al generally praises Kim, definitely his mother was one of my most memorable love, right when I carried it here from Columbus, Georgia to New York. And we've made an astounding man anyway. While Kim and Al were all the while dating, Kim cut obligations and he began plotting how to draw near to her. The late Andrew Harrell, the pioneer behind Uptown Records, chose to employ Kim as his partner. And that is when Diddy began pursuing her. And however, Kim at first wasn't keen on Diddy. Kim's companion, Jessica Rosenblum, guaranteed that Diddy just wouldn't take no for a response, assuming he needed something. He never let go until he got it. Jessica said Kim and Diddy formally began dating in 1994, and after 4 years they invited their most memorable kid, a child named Christian Casey. Anyway, that very year Christian was conceived. Kim said a final farewell to Diddy after she learned he began an undertaking with Jennifer Lopez. While she was pregnant with Christian, Diddy and J.Lo dated for a very long time before J.Lo unloaded him in 2001, subsequent to finding he had been engaging different ladies, and purportedly different men too. And sadly, Kim chose to allow Diddy one more opportunity, and they in the end accommodated. In 2006, Kim and Diddy invited 2 additional kids, twin little girls, Delilah Starr and Jess James. Anyway, their relationship was getting progressively more harmful, and in 2007 they separated for the last time. It was subsequently uncovered that Kim tapped out with Diddy after she figured out he had invited a mystery love kid with his long-lasting partner Sarah Chapman. Yet regardless of all the show, Kim consented to co-parent with Diddy. And as per Diddy's ex, Cassie, Kim was an astonishing mother anyway, remaining nearby Diddy for such a long time. Likewise implied that Kim knew his privileged insights in general, and she was supposedly wanting to compose a detailed storybook. However, at that point a misfortune struck on the morning of November 15, 2018. Kim was found lethargic in her home, and when the paramedics showed up, it was past the point of no return. Diddy's ex, Kim Dorman, is found dead at 47. E! News can affirm that the model and entertainer who dated seen Diddy searches for a considerable length of time was found dead at her home in Los Angeles. Crisis dispatch was supposedly called to Watchman's home to treat a patient in heart failure, albeit a reason for death presently can't seem to be resolved. Kim had purportedly been experiencing pneumonia for a long time in a proclamation. Diddy's rep says, "Unfortunately, I can affirm the death of Kim Watchman. I ask that you give the family security. As of now, as per the authority coroner's report, Kim passed on because of complexities of pneumonia, and the coroner presumed that the way of death was regular." A few observers later said that Kim griped of a sensitive throat the week preceding her demise and fostered a high fever anyway. The part that didn't make any sense is that the coroner additionally expressed that Kim's primary care physician had recommended antimicrobials, and by November 14th, Kim's temperature had returned to typical, and she was feeling fine. There were a ton of irregularities in the authority story, and taking into account every one of the bits of gossip about Diddy and Kim's arrangement to compose a detailed account book, many individuals began guessing that Kim was killed. One of these individuals was Al B. Shore, and he freely alluded to Kim's demise as murder and guaranteed she was running from somebody before she kicked the bucket. In July 2020, Al posted a since-erased video of himself crying and wrote in the subtitle, "I just found this recording from the morning. I learned of Kim Watchman's homicide and the way in which it tore the spirit from my actual body." Al said he knew beyond all doubt that Kim didn't simply look it out of nowhere over pneumonia, and he additionally guaranteed that Kim looked fit as a fiddle when he saw her at the debut of Quincy's film. Occasion schedule. In no time before she passed on, she was in fabulous well-being, too chuckling seeing me and Diddy's shared trade at the theater. Al composed prior to adding the hashtag "Don't allow the adoration tune to spool you." Al later erased this post, asserting that Quincy had connected, requesting that he eliminated anyway. Al would not denounce his words and said he stands firm in his conviction that Kim's unexpected passing has neither rhyme nor reason, yet Al wouldn't be hushed. And in November 2021, he shared a photograph of him, Kim, Quincy, and Quincy's ex Ryan predetermination, writing in the inscription, "She sent me this colloquialism life, copying craftsmanship, workmanship, mirroring life. Now everything checks out. She told me other stuff too. She was running. I said, call the FBI." And afterward added a remark to his post, saying you could never accept what she went through in the meantime. Likewise began dealing with his journal. Yet get this, soon after he shared the Instagram post, asserting he advised Kim to caution the FBI, Al experienced an abrupt, unexpected issue and went through 2 months in a state of unconsciousness. He later uncovered that he endured kidney disappointment, along with other unexplained confusions, and specialists let him know it didn't look as though he'd endure, with all that continuing all the while following Al's well-being. Alarm fans began saying somebody